Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, I need you to do me a favor this morning. I need you to help me by putting your hands together, and let's welcome the executive director from the Fuller Center for Housing. Please put your hands together and let's welcome Yvette Ewing!
Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, man. Well, God bless you once again this morning, Yvette. A lot of people may not have any idea who you are. They may not know where you're from. They may not know what you're doing. If you don't mind, would you please bless our listening audience this morning by just telling them a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and give us a little history on what's going on, what has taken place, and what's going on now and in the very near future down at the Fuller Center for Housing.
Okay, praise God. Well, I'm originally from Chicago, born on the west side and was raised on the south side.
Okay.
The military brought me to Waukegan. I was actually stationed at Fort Sheridan, so I'm a veteran for the United States Army.
Okay.
I'm a mother of 4 children and a wife of 16 years.
Wow.
And so that's my background. But I now am the executive director for Fuller Center for Housing. My vocational background includes I'm a grant writer by trade.
Really?
So I've raised around $10 million in funding for this local community.
Wow.
My specialty has been youth development. And so I've been doing community development in Waukegan, Lake County area for over 30 years now.
Wow.
So I've done a couple national model programs for some local organizations. Mm-hmm. I was actually the national after-school ambassador, actually presenting to then Senator Barack Obama. And so I actually will represent Lake County in Washington.
My God.
About 2010, the world changed for me.
Uh-huh.
My husband and I both lost our jobs, and we were like, God, what do you want us to do now? So God told me to help the churches transform community. I didn't know who was going to pay for that, but I walked by faith, and God met me there. So we started off doing urban agriculture. So we started teaching people. We were bringing fresh food into the food deserts of Waukegan.
Right.
On the south side of Waukegan, there are no grocery stores with fresh food. So we started 5 years ago, gleaning food from local grocery stores and local farmers, and we did a free farmers market. To date, we've raised over 300,000 pounds of food that we've distributed through the community.
Wow.
From the garden work, we went from 7 churches who started the initiative to now over 30 faith partners, including 2 synagogues, Lutheran churches, Catholic, Baptist. We have a Muslim network. So literally it's an ecumenical movement to transform community.
Right.
Because of our work in the gardens and our ability to bring the churches together, the Fuller Center for Housing, which is Millard Fuller, was the founder of Habitat for Humanity. He actually started Habitat, and so after building $1 billion in properties worldwide, his own ministry fired him from Habitat.
Wow.
He then started his own organization called the Fuller Center. I am the first Illinois affiliate, and I happened to be at a garden conference 3 years ago now, and they overheard me telling the story about how we have this huge faith network. They basically recruited me and said, you should now run a Fuller Center. Now, the funny part of this story is this. I don't know how to grow anything. I'll kill a cacti. So God got me in charge of a huge garden movement, and I'll kill rubber plants.
Wow.
So God has a sense of humor.
Yes,
so then now God brings Fuller Center, so that's housing. I don't know how to rehab houses, but God brought that too.
Wow.
And so along the way, we started also a job training program. So in short, God has now had me running things I've never run before.
Right.
So our God is, you have to be obedient when he calls you. So we have 3 programs. We do affordable housing. To date, we've purchased 3 homes debt-free. That's over $250,000. We've actually got job training program. We've placed over 116 people in jobs in the last couple of years.
Wow.
And then the third program is working families. We actually have a call center. And then through our, back up. 3 programs: housing, working families, which is jobs, and the last one is wellness. Wellness is our garden program. So we now have 7 community gardens and a farm in Waukegan. We've now launched over 200 raised beds throughout Lake County through our network of churches. We are kind of like the hub. You want to grow food, you come hang out with us. We have master gardeners from the University of Illinois who will teach you how to grow food. And we now have an outreach center and upscale resale shop. That is also one of our job training programs. And so we now take ex-offenders, teen mothers, people from all walks of life and give them a chance to get job skills so they can be employed. Wow. So it's holistic community development. And basically we practice a very simple technique we call ABCD, asset-based community development. We basically partner with the community. We don't compete against each other. We bring the churches together in a united front to create a sustained community. So that's my God calling. God has called me to do this. We're now become a national model for Fuller. We have 63 affiliates nationwide, and we're in 17 countries. We're one of two in Illinois. Peoria came on after we did. And our goal is to build one in North Chicago, build a Hero Center in Zion, and we just got a call yesterday. We just got a grant to go into Round Lake Beach. And the goal is to build a hub where the churches can come together and serve together all throughout Lake County. And then ultimately, we're going to build a Hero Nation. That's kind of our story.
Well, I'm going to be the first one since I got this avenue to say I'm coming down there to see you because I need some services from you. I need some help.
Praise God.
I can be. And I also want to let you know. Now, I heard you talk about all the churches and stuff that that you mentioned that have come together. Our church, actually, Pure Faith Outreach Ministries, it's a congregation that was established online. Okay, our church was established as a non-denominational online church. After I was licensed and ordained, my previous pastor was the one. He said, you know what? The ministry that God has given you needs to be shared with people around the world. That's your gift. That's the calling that he has placed in your lap. So we have literally taken that to a whole new dimension. I'm asking you, is there room in this entire concept, in this organization, for Pure Faith Outreach Ministries non-denominational online church?
Absolutely. The vision that God had given me personally, there's a book I read in 2010 when I lost my job. So saints, if you've ever felt like you were up against the wall, I mean, both me and my husband, we had a small business, we lost that. I have 4 children, and I had my parents living with me. And I'm like, so we were houses in foreclosure, we didn't know how we were going to make it. And God basically spoke to us, and basically he spoke to me specifically. He knew I was going to create a model that could go worldwide.
Wow.
There's 5 things I've been called to do for the Lord. There's a book everybody should read. It's called The Passion Test. It is a book that talks about how do you find out your passion, that thing you were created to do for God. And so it's really it studies all the passions, all the religions of the world, and how people found passion. I'm a Christian, so I'm not confused about that part.
I know that's
but basically what it did, I'm a certified life coach, but I read this book, it blew me away. And so in 2010, when everything was against the wall, God led me to this book, and it basically takes all the gifts that you've got, like Pastor Kevin, and it literally makes you rank them to the 5 things you've been called to do. Wow. So for me, take note. I love me some Jesus. I met him in the middle of a suicide attempt over 20 years ago.
Yes.
I know I'm called to spread the gospel worldwide.
Amen.
Number 2, life coaching. Helping people find their purpose in God, what they were created to do. I've been doing it for years, over 20 years, even before I knew the Lord, but especially on fire with it once I knew him. Now, back up. Number 1 is to spread the gospel worldwide. What ministry am I a part of? The Fuller Center for Housing. How many countries are we in? 17 countries all over the world.
Amen.
63 cities in the U.S. That ain't accidental.
That's right.
Number 2, the heart of our programs is not the houses that we build for young families. It's not about the jobs we give. It's not about the gardens. It's life coaching.
Amen.
The heart of our ministry is to help people eliminate those barriers that keep them in trouble where they can't fully live for God. Our vision is to get a network of believers who are who want to walk alongside somebody. Too many of our churches do drive-by ministry. Food drives, coat drives. And it's just, here's some socks and I'm gone. we're walking with people.
Yeah.
We're looking for like-minded churches and faith believers who say, I'll walk with that young mother and help her go back to school and help her get her first car. That's the heart of our ministry, is life coaching. So the second thing I'm called to do is help people find their purpose in God. The third thing, I have the Joseph gift. Mm-hmm. Every time God has ever placed me in a place, increase comes. Mm-hmm. Money has come. Mm-hmm. I've raised over $10 million for this community. When you see my facility and we have a 10,000 square foot warehouse and I'm not paying any rent, you know who my God is. It's called favor.
Right.
But the key is this. My job is to transfer wealth. God specifically told me to meet millionaires and help them build the kingdom of God.
Amen.
So that's the third thing I'm called to do. Amen. The fourth thing I'm called to do is to become financially stable so I can go anywhere in the world and minister the gospel.
Right.
So I'm debt-free. I'm eliminating debt, no credit cards. And so what we are doing is teaching people how to live like this. Yeah. And the fifth thing and the last thing that this book forced me to really look at, because I looked at my journals for 20 years, Kevin, that everything kept pointing to these 5 things. Yeah. The last one was make education relevant. When we were in the school district and I took the spiritual gift survey that we did in church inside the schools, the kids started going to school. I actually taught the gangbanger what a spiritual gift was. We took the graduation rate 76 in 2 years. So I say all that to say, whole purpose is to connect you to God, to the gospel of Jesus, save and build. Yes, our goal is to go worldwide. I need your help.
Amen.
To be able to tell this air. So there's a benefit for our ministries joining.
That's right. I keep losing you. I keep losing you for some odd reason. You keep coming in.
Can you hear me now? There was another call coming in. There you go.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay, yeah. So we definitely have an on-ramp for our ministries to join forces.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. And you know what? I am not going to let you get away. I am honored to have had the opportunity to just come and connect. And it was ironic because we didn't meet each other, didn't realize we were so close together. Because I think ultimately, I believe if I'm not mistaken, I may have reached out to you on LinkedIn.
Yes, you did. It was a couple of years when I first started this ministry. We had connected, but we had kept doing drive-bys on LinkedIn, but we never connected.
Never connected. Everything happens for a reason, and it happens in God's time. You know, and I kid you not, I am just overwhelmed. I'm so excited. I mean, if you saw me in the studio right now, you would be able to see the goosebumps. They look like big pimples on my arms. I'm so excited.
Praise God.
Because, oh, my goodness. I'm loving this because I know that God had a reason for allowing this to make this divine connection, because some of the things, really all of the things that you have shared up to this point, I know without a doubt would be a blessing to me and millions of other people, not just locally, but around the world. And your ministry, you are definitely, and I kid you not, you are definitely called to minister the gospel. I have no doubt in my mind, and I am going to make sure that I do everything in my power to assist you in that vision, in that mission, with that purpose that God has given you. Now,
praise God.
I also know that you have something coming up this weekend, and I'm assuming I'm assuming that it's in support of the entire Fuller Center family, Fuller Center for Housing. Can you explain a little bit or tell us a little bit about what you have coming up?
So to add to God's comedy humor on me, so he got me growing food. I don't grow food. He's got me running a call center. I've never done that.
Right.
He's got me building houses. Never done that.
Right.
And then he added to my list to run a store. So I now have an upscale resale shop. And we use it as a job training program. We partner with local youth build kids and kids from the community. We help them. They repurpose furniture. They actually help me. We have a little moving company. We go pick up donations. And literally, it's a job training program. And so as an outlet of that, if you come and shop at our store, we only open once a month on the third weekend every month. So this weekend, the 15th and the 16th, we'll be open from 9 to 2. Okay. We have beautiful items. If you go to Facebook, Hero Marketplace, you'll see you'll see our store and some of the items we carry in our store. We have everything from bedroom sets. We have beautiful vintage furniture. We have clothing. We don't have a lot of men's clothing, but we got a lot of women's stuff, shoes and coats and all kinds of really nice upscale clothing. But really, it's a nice atmosphere. We just built a coffee bar. And so it's really, we only open on that weekend, and we also have already started adding classes. But this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 2, come out to the Hero Marketplace, come support, come out to shop, or you can even donate gently used clothes. Make sure they look good. It's something you would buy. You don't want to give something you wouldn't even buy, but give us really nice things, because we do everything in excellence, because it's unto the Lord. Amen. And so if you have furniture to donate, we'll come pick it up if you're local. And so it's really an opportunity to give back, and we use the proceeds to actually build more houses, to have actually pay stipends to young people, and our goal is for outreach to veterans, because I'm a vet, and then also too, to build more gardens, and also to give to help with our job training program. So it's a great way to sow seed into a ministry, but you get something out of it. Amen. You don't just give us $1; you can also get a nice outfit. $5 blouses, $7 pants, $25 suits. So it's just really nice things. So definitely come on out to support. That would be great.
Now,
we're at 141
that's what
South
I was going to
Genesee
ask
Street in Waukegan.
141
South Genesee, and we have our own free parking lot on the side.
Now, if you'd have kept going while you were directing on last night over at the Comcast cable network, I remember, I think you were the floor director. Do you remember that little hand motion I did when I took my finger across my neck?
Uh-huh. You gonna cut me now? Well, I'm covered in paint. I'm in the middle of painting some chairs now. So, no, I appreciate this is a great disruption to my morning. Amen. So I appreciate that, but I totally get. So, yeah, God's timing. Thank you for this opportunity.
Oh, no. You ain't getting out that easy. I need to find out from you. First of all, I need the location one more time for those that had to run to the kitchen and get a crayon, a pen, a pencil, whatever it is.
So the address is 141 South Genesee Street.
Okay.
In Waukegan.
Okay. Now,
and you can call our number if you have questions. 312 450-7680. That's our office number.
Repeat that.
312-450-7680.
Now, you have a website as well, correct?
We do have a website. It's www.fullercenterlakecounty.org. www.fullercenterlakecounty.org. Yes, and we're on Facebook as well. If you'd like to see pictures of the work we've been doing in the community, we have a great log, and you can actually link it from our website as well.
Now, is there a possibility of people like myself donating some time to just be in the midst and come down and maybe help out, maybe as we continue to consider?
Oh, awesome. So, yeah, our tagline is donate your time, your talent. If you got gifts to give, like run a radio station, your talent or your treasure. So you can definitely give money. We definitely take donations. We can't do this ministry without the support of our network. But definitely, if you'd love to come volunteer, you're retired, you say, I'd love to do something meaningful. Yeah. One of the things we want to open up is a prayer room. Right now, I teach a Bible study for the movie War Room. So I'm teaching the power of prayer. And so ultimately, we're going to be bringing that in the front of the store where we have a small little coffee shop that people can come in and have prayer. So we need prayer warriors who can come in and possibly pray for a lot of the homeless people who walk by our office every day. Woo! So definitely, we are always looking for volunteers. If you go on our website, you can actually click on there and email, and you can actually sign up on our website, and we can definitely follow up with you for more information.
If you could find me a location down there to set up our studios, I would be more than willing to offer an ongoing training program for live streaming, radio, TV, broadcast, media, ministry.
Wow. Kevin, you need to come on and visit me when you're off the air.
I will.
You need to come see what we got, and we'll talk. I like that idea.
I think it'll be a fabulous idea, and I thought about this a long time ago, and I keep saying it. I said it earlier today. I said, Yvette, everything happens in God's time.
Yes.
And I believe in my spirit that God is doing something that is well beyond even our thoughts. His ways are not our ways.
Oh, yes.
His thoughts are not our thoughts.
Nope, but they're way above us.
Oh, my God. All I can say is, oh, my God. watch what he does, because we're not getting ready to go into a breakthrough. We're already in the midst of one right now. And all I can say is hold on tight, because God is doing something spectacular in our life right now. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for your time today. I am going to be spreading the word. As a matter of fact, believe it or not, I'm going to do some editing of this conversation right here. I'm going to call you back in a few minutes and get your email address. Well, I think I have it, but I'm going to get your email address. I'm going to email you a copy of this, but then I'm going to do some editing and I'm going to run this in the ground. This is right here in our own backyard. We got the Lake County. We got the Lake County Jail right down there where you are. People need to walk out of that facility and walk into yours and not have to even think twice. Listen, I'm in. And when I say I'm in, I'm all the way in. So I'm going to be down there to talk to you. I appreciate your time on today. I look forward to connecting with you. And of course, keep us posted on what you have going on. We'll be more than happy.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. We'll be more than happy to open the doors, open this platform so we can reach out to people around the world. Okay.
Praise God. Thank you so much for your ministry.
Amen. And thank you so much.
And we'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, one more nice round of applause for Yvette Ewing. God bless you, man. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Take care. God bless.
All right. Bye-bye. Oh, my goodness. That's some good stuff right there. You know what that's telling me? It's telling me that we serve an awesome God. We serve a mighty God. We serve a powerful God. It's telling me that the blood still works. Come on. Woo!